If you walk into any Chinatown today, the sensory experience is unmistakable. The clatter of plates, the steam of a shared hotpot, and the circular unity of the round table. To the modern eye, this communal style is the very soul of Chinese culture. But history has a way of hiding secrets in plain sight. If you were to travel back to the Tang or Han dynasties, you would find this scene utterly foreign, even offensive. For the first 2 millennia of its civilization, China was a nation of solitary diners. No shared plates, no round tables, and a social distance that would make a Victorian aristocrat feel at home. Today, we're unfolding the mystery of why China abandoned its plated service and how a simple folding stool changed the way 1 billion people eat. Let's look at the evidence. In 1972, the Mawangdui tombs revealed a world frozen in time. We found not one large table, but dozens of tiny, low lacquer tables called an. They are barely larger than a modern laptop. In ancient China, your table was your status. During a banquet, these tables were arranged in a U shape. The host sat at the head, and guests were lined up according to their social rank. This wasn't just a meal, it was a political map. To reach into someone else's space or share a dish was a grave violation of Li, the cosmic order of ritual. Interestingly, this mirrored the dining habits of the Roman Empire. While Romans reclined on couches, the Chinese knelt on mats. Both civilizations shared a fundamental belief: elite dining is an individual experience. Now let's talk about the food itself. Most people associate raw fish, sashimi, exclusively with Japan. But in ancient China, kwai, or thinly sliced raw meat and fish, was the ultimate delicacy. Even Confucius famously said, he did not object to his meat being finely cut. So why did it disappear? The answer lies in a fascinating intersection of medicine and tragedy. One of the most famous doctors in history, Hua Tuo, recorded treating a patient who had consumed too much raw fish. The diagnosis? A stomach filled with writhing parasites. As these medical warnings grew, and as the nomadic wars of the north limited the supply of freshwater fish, the Chinese palate began to shift. By the time the Song dynasty arrived, the invention of the high-pressure wok changed everything. Heat wasn't just for cooking, it was for safety. The raw, individual portions of the past were replaced by the sizzling, shared stir-fries of the future. If there is one villain or hero in this story, it's the Hu Chuang, or the barbarian stool. For centuries, sitting with your legs crossed or hanging down was considered improper. You knelt, it kept you low, humble, and restricted to your small, low table. But during the Tang dynasty, the Silk Road brought in high-frame furniture from Central Asia. Suddenly, the emperor and his court were sitting high above the ground. This changed the physics of the room. When you sit on a high chair, you need a high table, and high tables are heavy and expensive. It was no longer practical to give every guest a massive, high-legged individual desk. In the bustling restaurants of the Song dynasty, space was money, square tables that could seat 4 or round tables. that could seat 8 became the architectural solution to a booming population. The individual fortress had become a social hub. By the Ming and Qing dynasties, the transition was complete. The round table, or zhuo, became the symbol of Tuanyuan, the complete circle of the family. Western culture stayed with the individual plate system, perhaps reflecting an evolution toward individual rights and personal space. China, however, moved toward the collective plate, reflecting a philosophy where the group's harmony is paramount. In a communal setting, you don't just eat what you want, you negotiate the space, you serve the elders, and you participate in a shared rhythm. The lost art of individual dining in China tells us that culture is never static. It is shaped by stools, by parasites, by the heat of a wok, and by the ever-changing definition of what it means to be civilized. The next time you're at a Chinese restaurant and the lazy Susan spins a dish toward you, remember, you're not just eating a meal, you're participating in a 1,000-year-old social revolution. Which system do you think is better for a first date? The privacy of the an or the intimacy of the shared table? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another story. Your support helps this channel grow. Thanks for watching.